This morning we're going to clean up this field, cut all this grass. But before we're all done, we're going to shape this whole property. Just like over here, I showed you here a minute ago. If you look, there's humps and bumps, but I'm not sure if it's rock, but we're going to find out. We're going to clean up along here as well and get some flailing in. Hang on. Alrighty, here we are. Just want to give you a quick glimpse. Look at the humps and bumps here. It's pretty crazy how this property is, and I can understand why he wants it leveled off. Now, there's a rock. We may not be able to do what we want to do, but we're going to find out. So today's task is we're going to mow this field. It shouldn't take too long. We're going to find out what's all involved in that, and I'm going to set you up right here for now. We're going to put you on time lapse, and I'm just going to concentrate on what I'm doing here. I've got a bolt to tighten up on the rig, and then we're going to start. And you got to watch not to hit anything big. And I will have to bring the excavator in to do some. There's a stump there I'm going to have to dig out. So it's kind of sketchy when you're going into a field like this you don't know anything about, and we're going to figure it out as we go. So hold on. I'm going to go tighten that bolt, and then we're going to get the flail mowing.
So originally when I came in and looked at this job, I figured I'd be able to mow this back field and then till it, and then I can shape it. Well, here I am trying to cut this field, and it's not cutting the greatest. The grass is very, very thick, and the flail mower is not cutting it quite the way I'd like to see it. But I do get half of this field cut before I'm all done. But there is rocks. Well, not rocks, boulders. So I don't think we can till, because the rocks that I dig out of this place is ridiculous. And actually it broke a few of my hammers while I was doing the flail cutting here.
Well, the grass is pretty wet, so it's cutting pretty hard, but we'll get her done. We'll have to do some of it with the excavator and the little flail mower I have for that, around the edges and stuff. Anyway, we'll work at this. Every once in a while I gotta clean out the cutter head, lifting it up and letting it spin. Anyway, we'll work away. May have to do a lot of skimming. I'm not sure if doing it with the tiller back here is going to work with all the grass, but we'll find out. So apparently this was a pasture. It's fenced off and they had horses in here, so nothing smooth about it. I'm thinking I'm going to have to go over this a couple of times with the flail mower, so it's pretty tall.
So this is a 24-inch flail mower. I think it's got 8 hammers on it. It's plenty for this little machine, but it does a nice job. So we're going to do the edge of this field that somebody let grow up, the previous owners. And we're going to clean her up and see what we can do here, and just keep working away. It works pretty good on the heavier stuff, but not all that great on the grass. I've done a fair amount of work with it, and the hammers probably need a bit of sharpening. The grass is wet today. I don't know if that's making a difference or not, but anyway, we're working away. We'll get this edge done, and just another step to this project. Well, I went all the way down the edge of the field here and cleaned up all the brush. Now I've put the bucket on, and I'm going to start piling up some stuff here. Root raking and pulling all the roots and stuff out of the ground. Getting ready to till. I believe I'll be able to till some of this, and some of it I'm not going to be able to, but I'm going to try to till as much as I can. And then what I don't till, I will use the Harley rake and try to clean this property up. So I'm just going to work away with the bucket and just the teeth. I've got to build myself a root rake sooner than later. The other day I came in, cleaned this area up, I mulched it up, and then I scraped it off all the way down there. And this morning I had piles, and I just used a skid steer to push it all down. I'm gonna jump on the Mini X and start working on that area there. So hold on. So the previous day I had the flail mower on the tractor, and I cut about half of the back there, but I got into some rock and I broke a couple of hammers, so I gave up on that. And I still need to dig out. There's a big rock, I just dig out there, but I still need to root it out, pull all the grass and the rocks, and I'm just going to use the excavator, make piles, and then I'll push it down with the skid steer. Right along there, it's full of rocks. So we're just going to clean it up the best we can and push it with the skid steer. I do give up on the excavator, not really, but then I thought I'd try it with the skid steer alone on the right behind the barn, and that seems to work too. So that's what we're going to work at.
right. Well, been working at it for a couple hours. Got about a quarter, maybe not quite, maybe almost close to half to grubbed out. I'm going to use the skid for a bit, clean out that, get it all pushed back in that back corner, and I'm just going to keep working away. All right. The excavator needs some fuel, so I'm going to work with the skid for a bit. And then I'll fuel up the excavator in a few minutes. All right, we got quite a bit of her stripped. There's some pile of rocks. So I'm hoping once I get the rocks out and get the Harley rake that we'll be able to get something done with this. I'm pretty sure we will.